Okay, here we go. Let's talk Oregon, Indiana, the rematch, round 2 of this year, semifinal stage, the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, ESPN. I believe it's a Sean McDonough call. Greg McElroy, love those guys. McDonough, great play-by-player. It was a 4-point spread in favor of Indiana. Now it's down to 3.5. Is the total point spread. I was going to look for the over-under really quickly to get that to you. 46.5 is the over-under, and it's kind of waffling back and forth between 4 and 3.5 on the point spread there. But let's preview this puppy. Indiana is the team to beat in the sport right now, period. It's crazy to say. We've all been kind of grappling with it. It's been like, now, are they? Well, they beat Oregon at Autzen. Damn, respect. Are they? Well, they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten title game. Damn. All right, yeah, they're for real. All right, let's see what they got against Alabama. The SEC, they beat them by 5 touchdowns, 38-3. That was an insane result at the Rose Bowl. To use Kirk Herbstreit's words, Herbie's obviously been around the game his whole life. He's called, I think, a record 18 Rose Bowls or 16 Rose Bowls. He used the words embarrassing on the live TV broadcast. He said, this is embarrassing for Alabama, which is true. Like, Indiana took their soul. They outrushed them 215-23. That is unthinkable that Indiana outrushed Alabama by almost 200 yards, held them to 23. And I know Bama hasn't been able to run all year. They haven't been able to run all year. Totally get it. Jam Miller didn't play. Totally get it. Kalen DeBoer, not a very good coach with the running game. Totally get it. He's a pass-first coach. Does not fit Alabama at all. It's very weird to see his style of coaching at Alabama. It can work, but they don't possess the ball very well. They don't control the ball on the ground at all. But that's a huge credit to Indiana. And by the way, Indiana did that without Haley and without Wyatt. Their 2 best D linemen who are like all-American dudes, in my opinion. Wyatt got hurt in October. Haley got hurt. You've probably seen it by now, the viral video of him just jumping up kind of lightly to high-five a fan after the Big Ten title game in Indy. Comes down hard on his ankle/leg, and he gets hurt, and he's probably out for the season too. Like, these guys are out for the year. They obviously do have Hardy, the great linebacker, Aiden Fisher, who is, oh my God, he is... Him and Rodriguez, man, those are the 2 best linebackers I've seen this year. Had a chance to see him live around Thanksgiving time. He is as good as you would think he is in person. Obviously, Pons and Moore are nasty safeties. They can hit so hard. Pons ended up jacking up Ty Simpson so hard that he had to come out of the game in the Rose Bowl. So they got dudes on dudes on dudes. Bryant Haynes, I believe, is the DC. Shanahan's the OC. These are coordinators who have been with Cignetti for a bit now, and they got re-signed to contract extensions in the offseason. So Indiana's here, and they are for real. And in my opinion, they are absolutely a rung above everyone else left in the playoff. Love Trinidad. He's probably the best QB left in the playoff. He's amazing. We all love Ruben Bain Jr. and Akeem Mesidor and just that entire Miami team. Mark Fletcher, the running back, and Malachi Toney, the receiver. They've really found something with those guys, especially Fletcher down the stretch, who didn't have that good of a regular season, and now he's suddenly a monster in the playoffs. And we love Bain and Mesidor. Those guys absolutely wreck games. Like, they absolutely wreck games, end games, win games, etc. But to me, Indiana's the team to beat in the field. They're plus 130 right now to win the title. I think that's probably a pretty good, I don't want to call it safe bet, because of course they can lose any of these games. They're only a field goal favorite in this game, 3.5. But I think they are a rung above everyone, and they've proven that all season long, and especially by dominating Alabama by 35 in the Rose Bowl game. And Curt Cignetti's magic is that he humbles his players quick. That is part of his magic. I mean, he's got all the X's and O's down. He's got the back shoulder throws, the RPOs, everything that makes their offense so dangerous schematically. But he also has the ability to just humble his team. Like, did you watch Curt Cignetti after they won the Big Ten title game? No one thought they were going to win that game. Flashback, Ohio State's undefeated. Ohio State's the favorite. No one thought Indiana was going to win their first Big Ten title since '67. After the game, after they win, you would think Cignetti's jumping around, high-fiving people, maybe even lifting his arms up in the air in happiness. No Gatorade bath, no smile. Straight up, looks like this. Just takes the headset off, cool, calm, collected, job's not finished energy. That is Curt Cignetti, and that is part of the magic of Cignetti, is he humbles his players so well. Like, you can tell, and it's obviously awesome that he has Fernando Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winning quarterback who is just seems like a great leader. He's 22. He's older. He's experienced. He's a process-oriented guy, a detail-oriented guy, and you wonder if Cignetti got some of that from Saban. I watched their Peach Bowl presser, him and Lanning. They were asked about what did Nick Saban mean to you, and he talked about how incredibly detailed he was and how he has a plan for everything from recruiting to preparing to just daily habits, everything like that. It's crazy that all 4 coaches rubbed shoulders with Saban at some point. Pete Golding was the DC for Bama for 4 or 5 years there. Obviously, Mario Cristobal, O-line coach there, and then Cignetti, QB, receivers, recruiting, and Dan, GA at Alabama once upon a time, and then learned under Smart as the DC eventually for Kirby Smart, who's obviously kind of the Saban disciple that everyone points to with his recent natties. But I just got all the respect in the world for the way that Cignetti humbles his team. I think that's a huge element of this. I really do. It's like that Chip Kelly energy. We don't care at all what happened last game. We're on to Cincinnati, Bill Belichick. We're on to whoever. This is our most important game ever. This is what we're focused on. Like, he is so good at channeling that next man up mentality and next game up mentality and doesn't let his team get too high at all, humbles them, I'm sure, in the film room, etc. Obviously, Dan Lanning and Oregon playing really well right now. 23-0 over Texas Tech. They only had one offensive touchdown in the game until they scored with like 10 seconds left or 30 seconds left in that Texas Tech game in the Orange Bowl, but absolutely suffocated Texas Tech, right? 23-0. Tech, it never felt like that. They missed like a 50-yard field goal, but it never felt like they had a chance to do much damage. And again, I've said this. I've tried to tell people this all year long. Like, Baron Morton he broke his leg basically in week 1. He was hobbling around this year. He's better than that. He's more mobile than that, but he wasn't really able to show that mobility much, partially due to the injury, and then also because Oregon's D-line just had Texas Tech's O-line in an absolute pretzel. There was that play where the left tackle for Tech, like, it was a shotgun play. He actually started pulling like he was it was a run play, and Blake Purchase just ran right by him and then just leveled Baron Morton. And that looked like that hurt. Obviously, you had the Mateo strip sack and recover and run the other way with it play. That was just sensational. You had Tatum Tuioti living in the backfield, Amari Washington living in the backfield and knocking down passes, Betcher flying around. I mean, the Oregon defense is playing sensational right now. I mean, to donut a team in a college football playoff game. That's insane. I think someone had said it happened twice before. I remember the Saban Michigan State game where he beat them 35-0. I think it's maybe happened one other time before, as I'm trying to rack my brain quickly. But to donut a team is nasty work, man. So Oregon's defense is playing at a sensational level right now. When you talk about the rematch in particular, I mean, both teams have probably changed a lot since that first meeting back in early October. Both coaches were asked about that in their press conference. They weren't super they weren't going to give a lot of details of what coverages have changed or whatnot. Cignetti was asked about what coverages and routes have changed on his team, and he was basically like, I'm kind of hesitant to answer that. We've got portal guys on campus right now. I got to study some more tape to figure out what exactly that would be from the Oregon perspective. But Cignetti's locked into his team's offense and kind of the motivation factor behind it. I'm sure he lets the DC take care of that. But I guess what I'm getting at is, I think the Oregon defense has gotten much better. I think the offense has improved, but that would be my worrisome part with the Oregon team is it just hasn't been very good when you need it offensively this year. I mean, 13 points against Indiana offensively, 17 in regulation against Penn State, 18 against Iowa with that last second field goal. You basically had 16 against Texas Tech until you scored with 30 seconds left. Like, it's been kind of shaky for Oregon this year. It hasn't been very good, particularly in the passing game. Like, that 4th and 2, Kenyon Sadiq was wide open, and Dante Moore looked at him and just didn't throw him the ball. And you kind of wonder if maybe Dante Moore was thinking, like, all right, we're going to win this game if I just don't throw a pick 6 or a pick. Just just don't even risk it. And maybe that's why he played conservative, because it felt like Oregon played so conservative offensively in the Texas Tech game. And again, massive credit to Texas Tech. I said this in my reaction video, but like that D-line is nasty, man. Lee Hunter, so good. David Bailey, so good. Height, so good. J-Rod, obviously maybe the player of the year in the sport. Won every single Nagurski defensive award that was possible, basically. Like, he's been – their defense is just nasty. All those guys are senior transfers. So we'll see how they do next year. I saw they already got San Diego State's edge. I think Trey White is his name. So I'm sure they'll reload in the portal market. But when you talk about the rematch, man, I mean – I think I want to say that Oregon is just playing with a little more momentum right now, and they're a little bit more equipped to hang in there. Obviously, Indiana's fresh off a 35-point victory in the Rose Bowl, so that's a lot of momentum too. But it does feel like Indiana is the same team every week, and Oregon's a little bit more inconsistent, but can reach highs at times. Like, dude, they went from giving up 34 to JMU to 0 against Texas Tech. And again, obviously the JMU game, it was out of hand early. Oregon was up 34 to 3 in the blink of an eye, so they got, maybe complacent on defense, wanted to rest up, wanted to just like not get hurt, knowing that they had a long road ahead of them. I understand that. But, I feel like Indiana's been a bit more consistent. If I'm Oregon this year, or in this game, like, my game plan absolutely is to run the ball with Jordan Davison. Like, they didn't have a ton of success with Noah Whittington against Texas Tech. I mean, no one really has success on the ground against Texas Tech, period. But Jordan Davison is 235 pounds. He's a true freshman. Like, that dude is a bulldozer. I would probably try to run the ball and shorten the game if I'm Oregon, only because I think Indiana has a pretty significant advantage at quarterback, and certainly a significant advantage in the passing game as a whole. I mean, their passing game is so good, dude. Their big three all scored touchdowns in the Rose Bowl, right? Elijah Surratt, Omar Cooper Jr., and Charlie Becker. They all scored. And Bama wasn't stopping it. And I know Oregon's probably got a better secondary than Bama this year, especially Brandon Finney. That dude looks like a lock to be a first-round pick right now, which is crazy as a true freshman. He was sensational. I love the way he keeps his eyes on the QB, comes off the ball, comes off a receiver to make a play, comes off a receiver to make a hit in the run game. He's really supportive in the run game as well. His his interception in the end zone in the corner there was instincts and just looking the QB in the eye. Apparently it wasn't like a zone play or anything, but he just followed the QB, dropped back, and Jerry Mixon was trailing the receiver, and he was able to pick it off in the end zone and then takes a knee right away. I know Lanning commented that was his favorite part of the play, is that he was, he had the wherewithal. He was impressive enough from a maturity standpoint to not try to run the ball out of the end zone and put the offense in a bad spot. Instead, he took a knee, got him out to the 20. So can't say enough good things about Brandon Finney Jr. in that game. Also had the fumble recovery and that first pick where he just undercut the ball. Like, the dude's sensational. I think he was the one with the pick 6 against Indiana, right? He is, as a true freshman, man. They got a lot of freshmen in the secondary, right, who are really impressive. Iffy, Offord. I know that McNutt got hurt in the offseason, but like, he was a 5-star guy. They got a lot of freshmen who are really good. I think Lopez a redshirt freshman maybe, but Flowers as well as a freshman. Like, dude, they have so many good freshmen in that secondary. But just talking about the rematch in particular, man, I mean, I think Indiana is they're just a well-oiled machine right now, man. I would not pick against them, but I do think if Oregon can get the ground game going better, if you look back, I'll pull up the stats here from the first meeting. So Indiana won 30-20. Obviously, Oregon gets the pick 6. And again, that game was tied at 20 late, right, with 7 minutes left. Like, if the defense gets another stop there, Oregon gets the ball back with the chance to take the lead, and then Moore has a ball tipped and then eventually picked, and they get a field goal out of it, so it's 30-20. But that was a tie game, like the whole game, practically, or within one score, like the whole game. I mean, Oregon's defense played pretty dang well in that game. Mendoza finished 20 of 31, 215 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. They only ran the ball for 111 yards on 3 yards a carry. That's actually really good. Indiana loves running the ball. They run it more than 50% of the time. They average over 200 yards a game. They love running the ball. So to hold them to 111 is actually really, really good. And I think Oregon will try to do that again. Conversely, though, Oregon only ran for 81 yards the first time around, 2.7 yards a carry. Davison, 8 carries, 59 yards. I think he tried to double that Give him 16 or 20 carries. I mean, he's a bulldozer, and that's what's going to beat this team. It's like playing an NFL team. I can't describe how their D-line is so good, especially with their 2 stars now out, which should help Oregon, but they're just everyone's in the right position all the time, and that's it's tough to deal with. And the way you probably deal with that is just trying to slam the ball forward. Like the NFL, the reason they love big running backs is because they can slam the ball forward for a couple of yards. And that's what I would try to do if I was Oregon. I think also, Dante Moore's probably going to have the game of his life, to be real. He's been fine. He's been fine this year. It hasn't looked good a lot of the time, especially against the elite teams. Mendoza, obviously the opposite. He's looked incredible. He threw for less than 200 yards against Alabama. That is the best performance I've ever seen of a QB who threw for under 200 yards in a game. Like, that is so deceiving, that stat line. Like Mendoza, I think he was 14 of 16, maybe broke the all-time completion percentage record in a Rose Bowl game. He was so good. 190-something yards is so deceiving. The scrambles that he made, the deep throw to Surratt, the throw to Cooper Jr. when it mattered, the layered throw to Becker. Like, dude, he was on one in that game. Obviously, their ground game helped balance him out. But, so I think that's what Oregon does. I think they kind of actually sell out against the run because that's what Indiana wants to do most, is they want to run the ball. And I'd also take the points. That'd be my other point here is, dude, if you're Oregon, take the points, man. 4th and 2 at the 20, take the points, kick the field goal. Don't try to convert the 4th down. I mean, you tried against Texas Tech a couple times, and it kind of backfired. Like, the passing game has not been consistent enough. Dante Moore has simply not been consistent enough to show you that you can get that 4th and 2. You'll obviously have to take chances late in the game if you're down 6 or something or more, and it's a 4th down. But like early on, dude, if you can get 3 points with a really, really good kicker in Atticus Sappington, who connected again from 50-plus against Texas Tech. I know he missed a shorter one, but, dude, take those points. Like, win 9-6, win 13-12, win 20-17. Like, I honestly think the under is a really good play here from a betting perspective. Let me pull it up again one more time. It's either 46 or 48, 46.5. Dude, I love that under. I'm thinking, I'll give you a final score prediction. Well, I'll just say it right now. I will go 20-17 Ducks in an upset, but I do think that Indiana is likely to win this game. But you know me, I'm a Duck, so I got to go 20-17 Ducks. But I'll do a further breakdown and a further prediction later in the week. But that's kind of how I see it early. If you're Oregon, man, run the ball, take the points, and try to take away their run and be down for a slugfest of a game.